There we go. Okay, we're good. Thought I
Alright,
opened the wrong sheet for a
we're
second.
live again?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, here we are again, back in Waterdeep. Last week's session went well. Avi and Emmerich had a most successful anniversary party at Trollskull Manor. Good times were had by all. There was an appearance of a horde of rats. You guys found some rat bait scattered throughout the manor that drew the rats in and created a bit of a scene. Avi and Emmerich had no problems with that. They realized that strange things. Did we just freeze? No. Strange things happen in Waterdeep, and they just took the party on the road at the time. And they took the bard you had met, Matcham Three Strings, along with him. At the end of the party, when you were out on the street throwing the rat bait into the street, you also met a young girl named Ginny, who was specifically seeking Warren to help with her problem. Her father and uncle had been traveling to Baldur's Gate and had been murdered.
Awkward.
This is a thing that happens in Baldur's Gate. It's not nearly a bastion of law and order like Waterdeep is. And the local authorities had required her older brother to be present to properly inherit the family farm and prevent that from being seized from them. So Ginny had asked Warren to track down her drunken ass brother, Rex the Hammer, who was traveling into Undermountain with the fine fellows of Daggerford, who she referred to as mostly drunken asses. Rex had found a map of the River Sargith, which is a location inside of Undermountain, and he believed that was going to lead him to great riches and easy money. Earlier that evening, you had actually saw that group descend into Undermountain via the well in the Yawning Portal. And that's pretty much where we ended the session at the end of the night. By dawn, I'm sure Warren did some immediate cleanup work in his normal diligent state, but the Trollskull Manor is still showing the signs of having hosted an excellent party. Jenks, Nat, and Squidly have been up early this morning, and by the time the first of you come downstairs, which again I assume is Warren, last to bed, first to rise, typical, they have captured and killed nearly a dozen rats already.
Well, great.
Oh,
They are rapidly becoming level 1 adventurers, hunting rats in the basement. So let's begin with Warren. You've got the three kids there. They've been in the basement and are actively hunting when you come down the stairs.
I guess I'll leave them to it, but I am going to if I can see them in the room, I'm just gonna ask them. Please just don't leave all those rats where they're gonna get anyone sick, including you guys probably. There's got to be a safe way to dispose of all these rat corpses.
Gotta set them on fire.
That doesn't seem sanitary at all.
Nat climbs up the stairs to listen to your instructions, and she listens quietly. She never speaks, and just kind of gives you a salute and a nod, and you can hear Squidly screaming about another big one. And she rushes back down to assist in the rat culling.
Well, great. I'm glad that's happening down there. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue cleaning up anything that's got left to be done. Bricking up that hole in the kitchen as well, getting that
Sure,
sealed up again.
Yeah, the contractors still have a little bit of work to do. They had finished up the stuff out in the main area of the tap room and restaurant area, cafe area. But they'll still be here to finish up some other things and absolutely patch those holes. So they'll be dealt with by the end of the day.
Okay, good.
The question does remain, though, how the holes get there. You all right there, Jess? Okay, you're muted, but we heard all of your drawers.
Oh, that's awkward.
Wait a second. How does that happen?
I don't know how that happened. That's really awkward. I was just looking for something.
Yeah, I was
happens.
trying to message you. Like, by the way.
Well, new headset, so still figuring stuff out.
I'm very confused right now.
Yeah, I don't know how that one works.
Yeah. So, Ophelia, you're likely the next one up. And you have your morning prayer routine, which you likely take care of before you do much in the morning.
It's very important.
Yes. Once that concludes and you come downstairs, Warren's doing his cleaning. Have you started breakfast yet, Warren?
Yeah. Well, after I've got everything bricked up and I make sure there are no dead rats in the kitchen.
Okay.
Then we can start.
Yeah. Morning breakfast is well underway. The kids are still in the basement. Blaze is sleeping in, as usual.
Yep.
Well, I smell breakfast cooking, so I head to the kitchen and ask if, do you need help making breakfast or anything? Anything I can help with?
Sure. I'm sure I can find some tasks for you as a sous chef.
So I
Something always needs cut or diced.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably well in the cleanup phase of breakfast by the time Blaze comes down.
Yeah. I'm just gonna plop down at the bar. Still kind of half asleep. Just rest there. At least I'm not on top of the bar this time.
Yeah, how's that hangover? You okay?
I'm fine. What's a hangover?
Okay.
Nothing healing spell can't fix.
Well, if you need a nice remedy for that headache, if you have a headache, let me know.
I got it, but thanks.
So what are your plans for the day?
Well, we are, or at least Warren is prepping for this Undermountain thing that we're going to get into.
Mm-hmm.
And that means we got to get some stuff. Got to get some stuff for heading into a dungeon. Can't just head in there with what we got in our pockets.
I mean, we could.
We could.
That would be very stupid, but yes.
We want to end up just like the people where they're going to rescue. Unless we find out that they're doing amazing down there. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Some weapons, some armor, food, drinks, that kind of stuff.
You know a place where you can stock up on rations and general purpose supplies. So that's no more difficult than showing up with a shopping list and collecting the items you need. So if you just want to send me a list of that sometime for next game session, that's absolutely fine.
Right.
But you had some more equipment shopping to do. You wanted some armor upgrades and such.
Yeah, Warren was never really the type to wear armor. He kind of just had the leather armor because that's he was wearing something that was nicely padded. If he's going to get into something serious, though, he'll probably want to get something that's actually built a little bit more for protection. So an upgrade from his regular leather armor. And then he's been carrying around the old rapier. He ran into some problems on that mummy. So maybe look into anything else that pops up. It's been doing fine for him, but maybe it's time to upgrade if he can.
You know a place in the South Ward, basically the trade market area that sells high-end adventuring equipment, and that's been on your mind for a little while as a good place to stop in now that you're fully funded after retrieving the dragon horde. As you progress towards the South Ward on that shopping trip, all three of you are going?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, I
Okay.
could stock up on medicinal items if I must.
Mm-hmm. You also can stop by the Temple of Kelemvor at any time for specific supplies. They're definitely able to assist. Something you notice as you leave Troll Skull Alley, there's another new business on the block. Bruns, Brews, and Brats.
I could use some brats.
Yeah, and they have a big chalkboard sign out front that they'll be open for business this afternoon at lunch, and they are 100% rat free.
It's very specific.
Okay. Maybe a good way or a good place to get some lunch on the way back. Then I guess. I assume it's too early.
Yeah. It's still on the side of morning.
Okay. Yeah, we'll put a pin in that for our way back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I know where the rats came from.
Now let's not let's not go accusing our new neighbors just yet. All right.
I mean,
they make a good brat.
So you hop on one of the drays and ride that across town. And the mass transit system in Waterdeep has been your ally more often than not. And it's a short trip across town. Trades Ward is always busy and always well patrolled. There are more watchmen patrolling here than anywhere else in the city most days. And they're most certainly there to protect the assets of the different merchants who set up their shops. And you spot the location you had in mind. It's Rengel's Emporium of Armaments. Big gold leaf sign out front, proudly proclaiming where they are. Established 1238 DR. So they've been here for nearly 400 years. I heard half of that.
That was her dad being unhappy with the hockey game, I think.
Yeah. Once you step inside, you are greeted by a well-dressed dwarf. He's old, beard is gone, pure gray, face is wrinkled, hands are calloused, but his clothing is pristinely pressed, ready to go. Greetings. I know you guys from somewhere. And you can almost see the gold coins spin in his eyes. when he recognizes you. Like, yes. I'm. What can we do? What can we do?
Well, hello, good sir. Um, we are planning a trip into Undermountain. I assume you're used to that kind of clientele here.
Yes. It's no small joke that most of my wares come from and go into Undermountain. I
Right.
swear some of these items have been returned and resold more than once.
Well, we are looking for some equipment that will hopefully go in and come back still in our possession. Hopefully.
Certainly. Do you have a preference?
Um, Not really. Arms and armor, I guess. Leather and something pokey for me. I'll show him the rapier that I've got. You know, something like this. I don't know
Um,
about the rest of them.
he takes the weapon in hand and does a full-on inspection of it. It's a fine weapon, um, but it holds no enchantment. That's going to cause you problems against many of the creatures that dwell in Undermountain. Do you know where you're going down there? Is this your first trip?
This will be our first trip, and we do not know where we are going. I guess we're just blundering in blind.
Well, let me see. Let me see. And he goes and just like starts walking through this case of weapons, and I I have something for you. Um, Pulls out a rapier with a basket hilt. Um, this has a protective enchantment on it. It'll warn you when danger is near. Very famous halfling had a similar weapon.
Hmm.
But if you don't know what to expect, it's a wise choice. It'll protect you no matter what you find.
Sorry. I'm laughing at it. This is gonna go on for
It's
the
not your
entire game.
fault. It's whoever is the Bruins' fault or whoever is losing.
Yeah. Blame the Bruins.
Yep.
Okay, we'll put that on a maybe. Let's go through everything and see what else we got. How about armor? I've just got this ratty leather armor.
Well, we could definitely get you something with at least some studded protection. Uh, how about this? And he goes over and he pulls out a suit, and this has a very subtle enchantment to it. You can change its appearance.
Hmm, it's
You can
interesting.
have it look like normal clothing. You can have it look like other armor. It is totally up to your imagination what it can appear like. That doesn't seem to help, be what you're looking for here. It doesn't have your, yeah. You don't have that. I know the look in a customer. What about something to help you swim?
uh, yeah, I'm not the best athlete. That might be helpful.
Um, he slides over to another section, and this armor is like it looks like if you ever seen the scales on a sturgeon, like they're like those kind of locking diamond plates.
Right.
Is what it looks like, and hardened leather. It's like, with this, you'll swim damn near as well as a fish.
Hopefully that doesn't mean I'll be going down into the water.
Well,
It's where most fish are.
there's more than a little. There's a river that runs straight through Under Mountain. Several lakes as well. Plus, Waterdeep has a harbor. This has come in handy more than once.
Well, hopefully I don't end up in that anytime soon.
Yeah.
But
Now,
yeah, I don't swim so great.
to be fair, full disclaimer, doesn't help you breathe.
Yeah, that's also what I'm worried about.
Yeah, but you can. It'll help you swim significantly.
Yeah, that actually sounds like it might be quite helpful.
So let me see what we have here on pricing. We can stop. He flips over a tag that's on it, clearly labeled 500 gold. Should we wrap this up, or would you like to wear it out?
500 gold for just the armor, or what about the rapier?
Well, the rapier, we can look at that. The rapier I can let go for 300. So 800 for the pair?
Can I make an insight check to see if he thinks he's underselling me or overcharging?
Yeah, make an insight check.
All right. Let's see. That's +9. 25.
The price on the rapier actually seems a bit low from how he described it.
Okay. Yeah, in the interest of supporting a local business, we're going to be in business ourselves pretty soon. In fact, we're opening up a restaurant. You should come. But yeah, I think $800 sounds reasonable. 800 gold.
800 gold. Gold piece in Waterdeep is
$800
known as a gold dragon.
Okay. 800 dragons. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. On your character sheet, add Mariner's armor,
Okay.
and it should give you the choice of what armor type you have it with. And a weapon of warning for your rapier.
Let's see.
Now,
Mariners.
Blaze.
Hi.
There are many, many shiny things here in this.
Yeah, when I'm making this purchase, by the way, I'm gonna lean in close and be like, something particularly shiny for that one, and I'll point at Blaze.
I'm just like looking around at all the shiny. Occasionally,
Um,
are there things like up on walls?
Oh yeah.
I'm like not quite going up and touching it, but like this far away.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
There's literally no surface in this storefront that isn't used to display something.
Mhm.
Now, a lot of the stuff that's out in the middle is just high quality, mundane equipment, but the more quality pieces are behind glass cases. what would catch Blaze's eye?
Probably, I don't even know. Just something that's really shiny. Kevin, you keep freezing on my end.
Am I?
Yeah, it's just you.
Huh. Is it just the video or audio as well?
Audio's fine, just video.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Um. Shiny. Let me see what we have. Shiny.
Excuse me.
Not even
Let's
like
see.
entirely shiny, but if it has like one or two things on it that is like particularly shiny.
Mm-hmm. Let me reset all filters and try that again. Do you wield a weapon?
Occasionally.
Age.
Where where's even my character sheet right now? I got angry
So
and closed it.
you're more of a arcane type.
Yes.
Okay, that's. Let me see what we have. Let me see what we have. Oh, I have a. This is a classic item. Um, he goes to one of the cases and pulls out a small wooden box, about a foot long. It's hinged on one side. Flips it open, resting in velvet. There is a uh, crystal wand.
Ooh.
This is the most reliable weapon in my store. It fires magic missiles. Bolts of
Oh.
pure arcane energy that unerringly strike their target.
Oh.
And it is the it never fails. Um, it it has its limitations. You can only use it a certain number of times before it needs to recharge. But it's potent magic.
How much?
I don't know. This is. I don't think I could let this go for anything less than 1,200.
Sure, why not?
Wow. We'll just wrap that up.
I'm easy.
And yeah.
Money
Add that
doesn't matter.
add that to your character sheet as a wand of magic missiles.
Well, assuming I can.
Yeah. You've been having D&D Beyond's had an issue or 3 tonight. And how's Blaze dressed?
Just leather armor. Oh, yay, let me add it. Wow.
Okay. Let's see. I know I can lighten you of more of your money. I know I can. I have these talents.
I mean, to be fair, Blaze doesn't really give a shit about money, so. Will
Show
she be
every
the
shiny
first?
object in the store.
Yeah. Will she be the first one to burn through all her money?
Yeah,
The world may never know.
I think we're gonna find out pretty soon.
You've gone through a good bit of it right there, so yeah.
I don't even remember how much we actually got. Is that bad?
It was 50,000 split between 4 of us. So you would have been at 12.5 plus whatever you had on you already. So that means you've got 500 left over from your reward, and then anything else on your character sheet.
I have something that I'm sure will grab your interest. Hold on one moment. I need to run to this. He disappears for a moment. He comes out, and he has a small purple sack, barely the size of an orange.
Mm-hmm.
And he opens it up. And now, this is going to sound like a cliche and a joke, but I am 100% serious when I say this is a bag of magic beans. I don't even know what they do. I don't. I do not.
Okay.
It is almost certain that none of these beans have the same.
Almost certain.
Almost certain that none of them are identical. They are just super magic beans.
I heard this fable before.
Yeah.
I know where this is
I don't
going.
know how much
I
you got
told
me on
you it
this
was a
one.
cliche.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they are real.
I'm just kind of peeking over at him, and I'm going to ask, are you supposed to eat those or plant them?
I was told that eating them is extremely ill-advised. Let me see here.
Wait, how much was the wand? I don't even remember.
1,200.
1,200.
Yeah, you plant them in the ground, and they have a effect.
Hmm.
I bought this from one of the Harpels. Are you familiar with the Harpels?
No.
That is worth an Arcana or History check for any of you.
Let me check my.
I have history.
I have
probably
Arcana.
have neither, but I'm still gonna roll.
Yeah, it's intelligence based either way.
I got a nat 20.
Okay.
Good, because I rolled a 2.
I
You
rolled
are
a 9.
okay. Ophelia. You are extremely familiar with the Harpels. You've heard of them. The Harpels are a family of wizards that live in a nearby town named Longsaddle, and they are most certainly powerful wizards. No one doubts the capacity for arcane tricks they have available to them. However, their power is only matched by their eccentricity. They are extremely diverse in their skill set, and they do not limit their areas of study. There are even rumors that one of them's a werewolf.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're an odd bunch, but every single member of that family is a wizard.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very famous wizarding family. Are you sure you got these from them?
Well, I didn't. My brother does most of the procurement. Other than that, we purchase from adventurers who come in. But my brother, he travels to Longsaddle at least twice a year to see what they've cooked up and have available. They have never, in the long history of this establishment and Longsaddle, provided us with a dud.
Can I roll an insight check to see if this guy really believes what he's saying?
Absolutely.
Okay. 3 plus.
He's just looking at you, Blaze. Magic beans.
12.
12. And he's got a really well polished retail face, but
Oh,
you've got no reason to believe he's being deceptive in his claims. He believes what he's saying.
okay.
Hmm.
How much do you want them for?
I would put a price tag of 700 on it. And let me see here. And he roots around in the bag. There are 8 beans in the bag right now. And you can see them. They're big. Almost like a macadamia nut sized bean.
Hmm.
And your aura sight, Blaze, on the detect magic, there is more than one aura coming from that bag. More than one color of aura coming from that bag.
How much are they again?
I believe I had said 700.
I'm very curious myself, but they're the ones with the money, so I will defer to them. I am very curious, though.
I thought you were in on the money split. Yeah. Oh no, that was
Was
before
I?
you got
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
she
that was
she
before
had
you got
not
here.
joined us yet.
Hmm.
You'll probably have to borrow a little bit if you want to buy those. So you're gonna have to talk Warren into it. Just saying.
Wait, how much money did we each get?
12,500.
Yeah,
Why would I have to ask you then?
because you just spent 12,000 on the wand, didn't you?
No,
1,200.
1200 on
Oh,
the wand.
1,200. Oh, okay, never mind.
I
I thought it
thought
was
I was so
12,000.
confused. You were
I
confusing me.
thought
Was
she had
like,
just
No.
no,
spent the whole
no,
thing on.
no,
Okay,
no.
you're good.
Tell you what, I'm gonna put these over here on the counter. I'm gonna put them right here where you can see them, and you can think about them, and you can decide on your own with your own free will that you want a bag of magic beans. They're right there.
Listen, worst case scenario, we just get a giant beanstalk in our yard. It's fine.
It's
I
adorable.
think he's gonna move
That's
on
the
to
worst case
Ophelia
scenario.
next.
Um,
Cause this kid, so I'm just gonna like sit there staring at them while
Mhm,
he's
mhm.
dealing with Ophelia.
So let me see if I can tempt the young cleric.
Young cleric does not have much money. In fact, I didn't pick gold to start. I picked items. So,
He just leans over and is like, "Our friends have very full purses. I'm sure we can work."
We got you.
What?
We got you. You just
But-
see my head whip around and go, "We got you," before I turn back to staring at the beans.
But-
see. See. Tell me about yourself. Let me see if I can find the right item for you with what you tell me of yourself.
Well, I'm an acolyte for the Church of Kalemvor,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mhm.
doesn't. Most people don't like to talk to me about that kind of thing, but
He's for a human god, he's very noble.
he's very misunderstood.
Sure, if you say so.
I'm very, very passionate about my religion,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to help people as well.
I see.
I'm gonna lean in and say she doesn't seem to like necromancers very much.
I
Who does?
detest necromancy.
No one likes necromancers. I mean, have you noticed just they have a smell to them that you just never get rid of?
Ugh. Yes. Smells like dead bodies.
Mm-hmm. Have here. He goes back to the display case, and he's got a flat, wide, square box. and this one's open in the case, and you can see a string of uh, white and black glass beads.
Ooh. Like rosary type beads?
In that thought, I mean, these are prayer beads. I believe that this specific set was crafted by Church of Torm. Torm's one of the more popular gods. He's justice and goodness and generally having a lawful good stick up your ass. But this particular set has 2 different enchantments on it. Yeah. Each of them can be used once per day. And they cast 2 different restoration spells of varying degrees that remove common curses and effects.
Ooh.
I've been told I don't have the magical talents to use this myself, but I've been told by very reliable sources. We do quality check everything. I mean, should you find one of our items to be defective, we do have a return policy. Very rarely used, but it exists because we treat our customers with respect. But it should take care of virtually any of your common curses and maladies.
Well, it would certainly help us for when we go into Undermountain, in case there's anything down there we come across that would require such enchantments.
Now, because of the power of these enchantments, they do have a price tag that matches. And I don't think I could let these go for anything less than 8,000 gold.
Ooh.
Now, he puts the box in your hand so you can give it a closer inspection. And the 2 types of spells that this is capable of casting once per day each is once lesser restoration, and a second one is greater restoration. Lesser restoration you're familiar with. You've got that one available to you.
Mm-hmm.
It can remove conditions like blindness, deafness,
But if I had an
paralysis,
extra
or
one.
poisoned. But you wouldn't need to use a spell slot to memorize that, prepare that spell if you have it on the item like this. Greater restoration can take care of things up to and including charmed enchantments and petrification.
Ooh.
In addition to everything that the lesser restoration does.
I have no doubt that this is worth its price. I can't though. I am but a humble cleric, and I cannot ask for such a large sum of money from my traveling companions.
Well, I understand, and I don't know your budget. I do not, but we can put this right back here in the display case, and it'll be there. It sat there for more than a season. It may be here next week. It may be here a month from now. I don't know. No guarantees in this life. Or even the afterlife. Let me see. I still think I can do better. See. Are you? Do you have a weapon on you right now?
I have a dagger and a mace on my character sheet.
Mace. I love when you do a search for weapon type on D&D Beyond. Antimatter rifle comes up.
Oh, I'll take that.
Hmm. So maybe something that's a little more straightforward. This he goes over to one of the larger displays and holds up a mace. Um, most maces have like a flanged head where there's like those ridges on there to focus force. This doesn't have that. It is just a steel rod with what looks like uh, uh, a larger chunk of round steel. So it's like took a cylinder and then double sized that cylinder for the head. So it is purely plain without any adornment whatsoever. Uh, what we have here is a mace that is specifically designed and enchanted to destroy Gollum. Magical constructs that are formed to do someone's bidding. And normally, golems are extremely resistant to physical damage. This they will feel if they had feeling. And again, the enchantment that Blaze you see on this one is solid disruption type magic. Uh, I would say it's actually a transmutation effect, where it would disrupt the golem's physical being. This is another pricey item. This one here would be 5,000. But in addition to being super effective against golems, it is a big, solid weapon. In anyone's hand, it will be an effective weapon.
Okay. I look at Blaze and Warren. What do you guys think?
5,000 for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose she did help Drumstick. We could split the price. I'll look over at Blaze and shrug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit of an expensive fee for healing one disease, I guess.
One
but,
I mean,
minotaur.
I guess we drag
Yeah.
her into Undermountain with us to be our healer. Can
Yeah,
also be payment for that.
let's say this is a retainer fee.
All right. So, if you're going to purchase that one, you can add that to your character sheet as a mace of smiting,
Okay.
Ooh.
and it's pretty effective against anything, but extra effective against constructs. And let me see.
I'll take the beans.
You'll take the beans. You'll take the beans.
You said 700 gold pieces, right?
Yes.
I'll take the
Yeah.
beans.
It is literally called a bag of beans.
Bag of beans.
I guess we're going to be planting some beans tonight.
Yeah, and there's a random chart for what they do when you plant them in the ground.
Oh, great.
So I'm sure you will use those to some entertaining effect at some point in time. But you won't know what they do until the bean enters the ground, put some water on it, and you wait about a minute. But I guarantee you, it is dramatic.
I'm looking through the list right now. This is great.
Oh no.
How much was her thing?
5,000.
5,000. So yeah, if you're splitting that, it's 2,500 each. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks over at Warren and he sees the look on your face at the price tag there. Let me see if I can get something special for you. Hmm. Ooh. Yeah.
Is it too early to wield this Maze of Smiting? Click the button.
I think you need to attune to it, which takes about an hour. You need a short rest. But no, you can put it on your sheet and equip it.
Okay.
How about something for you, Warren? It goes back to that display case with the other jewelry items, and reaches for a simple silver ring. With this ring, it will triple the distance you leap. Normally, mechanically, your jump distance is capped at your strength score.
Right.
This will triple that. So yeah.
Does this triple my distance leaping forward or leaping up?
Yes.
Both.
That does sound pretty useful.
On a long jump, just explain the mechanics. If you have a running start, you make an athletics check, and what's your strength score?
Not great. Let me see. 9. Yeah.
9. Okay. You would normally, if you roll an athletics check to get your max jump distance, you would need to roll above a 9 to jump 9 feet.
Right.
Now you would need to roll above a 9 with the ring to jump 27 feet.
Okay.
It just let me fix my spells.
Neat.
Good.
Sorry, I'm amazed.
And if that doesn't grab your attention, I have another ring that has a protection enchantment on it. It will prevent you from being paralyzed or restrained. Even a web spell would just fall right off of you with this. Now, you do know at least one wizard that throws around web spells.
If nothing else, there's got to be some giant spiders in Undermountain, right? I'm sure there's got to be something.
There's
giant spiders everywhere.
Yeah. Most certainly. There are drow in Undermountain, and where you find drow, you will definitely find spiders. They are the peanut butter and chocolate of underground badness.
The one thing I hate more than rats is spiders.
Great. All right, what's the price tag on these two?
The second ring, I'm going to cut you a big discount on this one because I know that you're making big purchases today. So this is good for my bottom line. I can give you the ring of free action, 4,000.
1,000?
4,000.
4,000. Okay.
The ring of jumping, 200. For you, Warren.
Can I only wear one ring at a time, or can I get them both?
You can actually wear them both. However, they do require attunement. You can only be attuned to 3 items at a time.
Do any of these other things I bought require attunement?
I don't necessarily know.
Let me see. The rapier warning does require attunement, it looks
Okay.
like.
And the armor does not.
Okay. I'm gonna mull this over. I'm gonna look back and forth between the rings, and I'm gonna look back at this guy and give him a hard stare. All right, just this once, I'll take him.
Excellent. Tell you what I'm going to do. Because you have dropped such a large sum of money in my humble shop, and this shop is anything but humble, I'm going to give you a bag of holding. Carry your possessions home in.
That sounds useful.
A bag of holding is basically one of those bags that's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Yeah, we might need that.
Mm-hmm. You can fit an entire halfling in there if you need to.
Hopefully we don't, but I'll remember that. You never know.
Yeah, I believe they carry like 300 pounds worth of stuff, and they never weigh more than 10.
Okay, good. I think that's more. I hope we can't fit the garbage disposal gelatinous cube in there, so that's good.
No. He reaches under the counter and pulls a bag of holding out of a literal box of bags of holding. Whatever you do, don't put one inside the other.
Oh,
Never put a bag of holding inside a bag of holding.
why? Sounds like fun.
There's no. It creates a rip in the fabric of space and time.
Still
And
sounds fun.
I'm
That
not.
sounds dangerous.
I'm
Sounds
not
like fun.
certain where you end up, but I know you can't walk back here from there.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not even certain if you can walk there.
Well, luckily we only have the one right now, so hopefully that won't be a problem.
I almost feel guilty for asking the question, but is there anything else I can help you find?
Well, maybe in a manner of speaking. Have you? Has anyone by the name of Rex the Hammer come through here recently, stocking up for a trip?
Rex the Hammer.
Yeah, big guy. Might have been drunk. You never know.
I can't say that name rings a bell. And that sounds like a name that would stick.
Okay. Well, I think we're set then. Unless there's anything else that anyone's looking for.
Now, should you, in your travels to Undermountain, find anything that you want to get rid of, I will be willing to make an offer on any enchanted items, barring those that are cursed. We do not deal in cursed items. But any enchanted equipment that you bring back from Undermountain, I would be more than happy to name a price for.
Okay.
Well, we'll see what we can do when we come back. Maybe we can sell Rex the Hammer. He's, Rex the drunken ass.
Rex the Hammered.
Surprised that joke hasn't happened sooner. It just rolled off the tongue so easy. About that point in time, someone else walks into the shop, and his attention is, he's not ignoring you, but he's trying to do that thing where you're helping one customer while talking to another, and retail juggling is a very specific skill set that he has. But if you have nothing else, he's going to start paying more and more attention to the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm good. So
I'm as well.
Thank you for your help.
Anytime. We're always willing to outfit adventurers here at the Emporium.
okay. Well, hopefully that will come in handy.
Yeah, I think you have some items there that you'll find uses for.
Let's
So,
see. Gotta add
did you
that
have any
barrel.
other stops you wanted to make or places you wanted to visit?
Should go to the temple.
Okay. Um, Temple of Kalimvor is located at the main gate of the City of the Dead. The City of the Dead, as I may have explained before, is more like a modern-looking cemetery where you have rolling grass hills with marble mausoleums, and it is one of the more. It's basically a picnic location. There's people taking walks.
It's a park
Uh,
cemetery.
yeah, during the day, it's actually got a lot of traffic there. During the night, the the church ushers everybody out because they're not guaranteeing safeness after dark.
Park closes at
Um,
sunset.
yeah, and then all throughout the city, drift globes, balls of glowing light, rise from the rooftops and float into the city of the dead to keep it lit at night. Nobody has ever adequately explained why or how that happened. But the Church of Kelimvor is there at the main entrance. And how do you expect them to greet you? You haven't been back in a little while, have you?
They're probably going to ask me how things went with the house. And I'm going to have to tell them we lost, what was the book? The spell book?
Okay. So I think I gave your mentor a name at some point. Let me see if I did that here where it's easy to find. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Father Trek was his name. Um, so yeah, Church of Kelmvor is solid, low building.
I'll be right back.
It barely goes over the top of the gate, like so. It's low to the ground, um, and there are almost always some people being prepared for burial.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when you arrive, there's a set of paladin guards at the entrance of the temple. They stand there unmoving. They don't greet anyone, but they are ever vigilant and present. You walk between them, and there's a young priest, um, barely 16 years old, that you recognize. Brother Jason was the name you recall for him, and he kind of gives you a smile. And says, "Welcome back.
Hello, Brother Jason.
I have not seen you in a spell. What brings you home?"
Well, in my travels, I have met two companions. This is Warren and Blaze. And we have come across a young girl who wants us to save her brother. And I would like very much not to have him meet death before it is time for him.
Okay.
So I've come back for guidance and help.
Um, so you've come back for prayer?
And possibly supplies.
Okay. The church is always open to you. Father Trek is in the I'm drawing a blank on the. It's not a morgue, but it would be where they prepare bodies for direct burial,
Uh,
and that's where he's located at the moment. Um, and Brother Jason's willing to escort you to him if you choose.
okay, yeah, let's go see Father Truck.
Mm-hmm. Um, Warren and Blaze, was it? If you're more comfortable, you can wait here. There's no prohibition on you entering that portion of the temple, but I understand if you are uncomfortable around the deceased.
Hmm. No, I think I'm good. We can go in with you.
Blaze? Okay. Um,
Alright,
he
there we
leads
go.
you down a set of steps. Stairs double back on themselves, so you're maybe 20 to 30 feet underground. And there's a series of individual rooms to prepare each body for burial. And you pass by 10 to 20 doors. None of the doors are closed, all of them are open. And there's a priest attending a corpse in each one of them. Now, what you know of what goes on here is they'll do a blessing and enchantment on each body to pass through here to keep it from rising unnaturally. And the church will handle bodies of people from all faiths. So it doesn't matter who you worshipped in life or anything. They will treat you equally. In death, everything is equal. There are no exceptions. There is no thought or concern about who you had been before. That is Kellamvor's job, not his priesthood's. And he takes you to Father Trek's, where he's working, and he's chanting an incantation over the body of a young boy, maybe 6 years old. You wait a moment until he finishes, and then he pauses and looks up at you and smiles. Celia, welcome home.
Hello, Father Chuck.
How has your work been going?
Well, the Minotaur is alive. I managed to heal him. I cleaned his wounds. He's back to normal from what I can tell. As for the situation with Flynn Dutton, it would seem that the house I was investigating belonged to his brother. He did unfortunately murder his brother and his brother's wife and reanimated their corpses.
Mm-hmm. So the charge of necromancy is valid.
Yes.
Yeah, there was that mummy. I'll just speak up.
Yeah, there was a mummy. And the watch is now involved. They have the premises on lockdown.
See, I don't want to disparage the watch. They do what they can with the resources they have, but they are ill-equipped to deal with someone who can master a mummy and travel with them.
Just
We
standing in the back respectfully and be like, yeah, they're ill-equipped to deal with a lot of stuff, it seems.
we found a enchanted spellbook that we believe belonged to Flynn Dutton, and these my companions here knew someone who might be able to analyze the spellbook to check for traps, and that is when the watch got involved, unfortunately. So they are in possession of the spellbook.
The Arcane Order of Protectionists took the spellbook.
Yes.
They contacted me about that. I didn't know it was Flynn Dutton's, but I heard about that, and it's been properly destroyed.
Okay.
The Watchful Order does their job with extreme skill. They are equipped to deal with necromancers, and you should trust them when needed for assistance. Cookies.
Are you going to share?
Okay.
Share.
And Flynn Dutton was nowhere to be found.
No. What was the place we think he took off to?
We have reason to believe he may have contacts, or at least a safe house in Skullport, I believe.
Skullport is a festering pit below Waterdeep. It provides harbor to many necromancers, assassins, all sorts of the worst in the northern coast end up there. Are you familiar with Skullport?
I'm not, no.
Okay. I have never been there, but the reality of Skullport is that there are portals along the coast where you can sail a ship through a portal to end up in a underground lake. And the city of Skullport has been built on the edge of that lake. It connects into Undermountain somehow. Um, there's allegedly a river that fills the lake that flows out of Undermountain.
Okay. Now that you mention Undermountain, a young girl came to us yesterday begging for assistance to find her brother, whom she believes has gone into Undermountain, which is why I have returned.
And
I wish to help this girl, help her find her brother.
and you'll be continuing your search for Flynn Dutton as well.
If you say Skullport and Undermountain are connected, I can do both.
Wonderful. We can most certainly aid you in that. Let me see what we have here. Um, he rings a small bell. And it's a tiny bell, but it has a deeper sound than you would have expected from it. A moment later, a priest you don't recognize walks in, has a quick word with what was the
Trek?
Father Trek, and takes over to the completion of the funeral ceremony. And Father Trek takes you back upstairs and into the dormitory area. Each of the priests has a tiny room that you're familiar with. It is barely enough space to lay down in. Uh, a lot of the younger priests refer to them jokingly as coffins, but the space is purely utilitarian. Um, and he goes and pulls out a traveling backpack and reaches inside for a cylinder that has screws on both ends. I believe we can these will come in handy.
Do I recognize what he's holding?
Yes, they are spell scrolls. I'm just trying to figure out how to sort these correctly. There are 4 scrolls in the tube. There's a scroll of Liamon's tiny hut. There's a scroll of divination. A scroll of speak with dead. And contacts decided they want to do backflips. A scroll of identify. You can scribble those down and add them to your character sheet later.
Okay.
These are very likely to come in handy.
Thank you, Father.
And he reaches back into the bag, pulls out 2 potion bottles. It never is a bad idea to have some potions of healing. So those are 2 standard potions of healing. They're good for 2d4 plus 4 hit points of healing, I believe it is. Did you recall anything else about Flynn Dutton that was not in our record of him?
Was there anything? I'm trying to think back to, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
We did not recover the books. They're probably in the possession of the guard right now, but he had some tomes that I'm made to understand are forbidden. Something to do with Baal and some of the other gods, I think. I don't remember all of them. But
when you say that name, he kind of gives you a hiss of warning. Never speak his name here.
Sorry.
No offense was intended, but the gods hear their name and can hear the words before and after their name is spoken.
Well,
so saying his name draws his attention to you, and he is not a being you want to have their attention.
Well, Flynn may have their attention.
Understood. I just felt I were required to warn you of this. Warren, you have your halberd with you?
I do.
Now that you've got Father Trek's attention, his eyes go straight to the halberd. And he looks over at you and is like, what's this?
The halberd? Oh,
yes.
Well, it belonged to my father, who served the city guard for most of his life. And now I carry it. It's the last memory I have of him, I suppose.
He stands, puts a hand on your shoulder. It's not your last memory of your father. It's the last remnant of your father's soul on this plane.
Oh. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It is not a bad thing.
Okay.
It takes a tremendous amount of will for this to happen, um, and it's not. He's protecting you even now.
I'm gonna look very awkward as if I'm suddenly watched. Hi, Dad. How you doing? We're doing okay. Haven't been getting in any trouble or anything like that. Don't worry about that.
uh, that gets a chuckle out of Father Draken. It doesn't quite work like that, but um, when if all I can really say for certain is that he was a man of great willpower, and he wants to continue protecting you as long as he can.
Okay. Well, if it's got your thumbs up, then good. I'm glad to hear it.
Do not lose it. It would be it would be disappointing if you were separated.
Yeah, I wasn't planning to let go of it, regardless. It's got sentimental value, even if it didn't have any sort of soul magic on it, I guess.
Ophelia, is there anything else we can do for you this day?
Um, is there anything else you think I might need before going into Undermountain? I I have no clue what I'm to expect down there.
I've never made that journey either, but you can never have too much information when you begin a path like this.
Okay. Well, I will defer to my companions for their expertise. Then they seem to be a lot more experienced at this adventuring thing than I am.
Everybody starts somewhere, and you have great things ahead. You take the word of Kellamvor with you everywhere you go.
Thank you, Father.
I'll just whisper, be thankful you're not starting in the sewers like we did.
Uh, and then yeah, at that, I have other things I must tell you, but it is always good to see you, and you're always welcome here.
Thank you, Father.
He gives you a quick blessing as you part. So that leaves you back at the gates to the city of the dead, unless you have other business in the temple.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Um, was there any other business you had in the city?
My shopping trip's done. We stopped at the temple. Blaze, do you have anywhere you want to go?
Not that I can think of.
All right. It's no effort to pick up uh, a ride home from here, and you're soon back in Troll Skull Alley.
Oh wait. Um, is there a place where, just thinking about Ophelia getting some of the spell scrolls, is there a place where I could buy some?
The bookworm.
Yeah, you've still got credit there.
Yeah. I don't remember how much credit.
I think it was 100 gold piece credit from that original spell book.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Um, and Yeah, the bookworm would be a possibility. The arcane order would be another possibility. Virtually any wizard can create scrolls. Were you looking for something specific?
Um, I've actually been flicking through the what I can actually get. And there's two. I'm gonna butcher this when I say it. Augury? Augury?
Augury.
Yes, thank you. And then the other one I was looking at was, let me just make sure this is the correct one. Silence.
Okay. Your friend at the House of the Moon would be certainly able to create an augury scroll. Silence is a relatively common spell. That would be more likely to be found on a wizard than a cleric or a priest. And double check a thing here. Is silence a ritual?
It's
Yeah.
on the
Yeah, they're
Book of
both
Ancient.
rituals.
Yeah.
So yes. Let's if you want to make a trip to the House of the Moon, let's hold off on that one until next week because I got
Okay.
something I want to do there that might take a little bit more time. Nothing that dramatic that you should give me that look on your face.
No, sorry. No, weird things. D&D Beyond,
okay.
I hate it.
Okay. Yeah, the if you recall, the eclipse is coming
Yes.
soon,
Yes.
and that's something that requires a little bit more time. So we might get to that next week. That might be after your trip into Undermountain. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I want to have a little bit more time to prepare for that particular visit.
No, Kevin, now. You're the DM. You're supposed to be prepared for everything. Right now.
I do my best.
Yeah, we're gonna cancel everything and just go on a hunting trip right now.
The silent scroll though that's available to wizards, and the bookworm and the proprietor there would almost certainly have that one available.
Cool. I guess I'll run over there.
All right. You're well into the afternoon by the time you get back to Troll Skull Alley, and there's a small crowd of people at Prunes, Brews, and Brats.
Of course.
Great. Let's get some brews and some brats.
When you arrive in there, there's the places. It won't be fair to say it's crowded, but it's busy. There's still tables available, and there's just two people serving all of this food. And then there's a third man who's there talking to patrons. He's a small, narrow-shouldered. You could very easily describe him as Weasley. And when you walk in, he's like, and then the rats just went everywhere.
Oh
no. And that there's a
Dad's happy about that.
They're winning.
And the crowd he's got gathering around him start to laugh, but it's almost like a half-hearted laugh. Like this is the third or fourth time they've heard the story already. So you can. There's a grill behind like a bar where they're just flipping brats and fried onions, and there's brew taps pouring different types of beer and ale.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down and wait for someone to come take my order.
Do we recognize the workers as party guests?
No.
Okay.
They're they're almost working too hard, and there's no table service here. Everything's ordered up at the bar.
Okay.
Okay. I'll go make an order there then.
Menu is simple. There's basically brat in a bun, brat with onions in a bun.
Okay.
They weren't lying.
Yeah. I'm gonna order everything. Brat with onions on a bun and some beer.
Okay. Price for a meal is, for your bank account, insignificant. It's a couple silver pieces. Um, get back to your table and start to chew on them. There's a unique flavor and texture to it. You know your way around a grilled sausage, but this one's, yeah, you can't place the extra flavor to it. You wouldn't say it's bad, but it's unique. And then the beer is a type that's a common type. It's poured in virtually every bar in Waterdeep.
Right.
Again, not bad, just nothing special. And you're about halfway through your brat. Or did the other two of you order?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
have brat in a bun with onions and
Okay.
some water.
Good
Okay.
choice.
After a few minutes, the Weasley little man walks over your tables. Well. The competition here.
And
And
I'm gonna be.
prune. And he gives like an exaggerated bow.
I'm gonna be chewing on my meal, and with my mouth full, I'm gonna say, the onions are a good touch. I love the onions.
Can't have brats without onions. That's
I
what my
agree.
mom said.
I do agree. I do notice, however, that you serve them without onions.
We found earlier today that not everybody likes onions, so we made a new addition to the menu.
Well, you can't always compromise your vision just to bring it down to the lowest common denominator. Maybe you should make them mandatory for their own good.
He's staring daggers at you right now. I know how to run my business.
I'm proud of you.
That's okay. I'm paying you a compliment. The brat with the onions, very nice. Beer's not bad. Is that all you serve here?
Prunes, brews, and brats.
Okay, because
Truth in advertising.
when our place opens up, you're welcome to come over and have some of my delicious steak and eggs. The innkeeper guildmaster loved them when he came and visited last time. Highly recommended. Oh, and let me see. We're serving some wine that was gifted to us from the Thon family. Have you heard of them?
I mean, those daggers, they just keep coming. It's like knife after knife after knife after knife.
I'm trying not to die laughing. Just like sitting there like...
I have no idea what's going on, and I'm confused as to why Warren is provoking this man.
Because Warren isn't typically a troublemaker until you try and insult his food. And then, well, shit goes down.
Are your meals served with extra rats?
Do you like extra rats?
Yeah, I'm gonna be chewing and I'm gonna say, is that a special request? we can accommodate.
Who would want to eat at some filthy, rat-infested dive? No wonder He's just fuming at this point.
I don't know. I guess the same kind of people that would order brats without onions. There's no accounting for taste.
He just growls. No, he's not actually growling, but if like an expression could be a growl, that's what it is. It's like, "Good day, sir." And he just snaps 180 degrees and walks away.
I'll call up behind him. No, seriously, the brat actually is pretty.
I said good day, sir.
I like it. Okay, I'll just finish my brat.
At this point, I break down laughing hysterically at the table.
This creates a small scene. There's a lot of people. Most of the people here are watching. By the time he screams across the floor, "Good day, sir." Warren, give me a perception check.
Okay, let's see. What's my perception these days? 14 plus 6, so dirty 20.
Okay.
Shit.
When you were getting everything set up to open your cafe, you dealt with several different guilds to get things done properly, and that included having a placard that hangs next to your front door with the appropriate guild of innkeepers and such. There. Prunes, Brews, and Brats does not have that placard up.
On the one hand, I'll be honest, I kind of like the guy.
Of course you do. Not even surprised.
But I don't know if we can just let him move in on us so aggressively.
I mean, he's only serving brat. I mean,
yeah, I
not
don't
much
really consider him
competition.
that much competition, But the guy's trying his best, even if he possibly filled our restaurant with rats. Can't blame a guy, Warren's done some stuff in his youth. He's seen some stuff in bars.
I mean, do we still have that bag of stuff somewhere? Or those small rags?
No. The Dung Sweepers Guild, who sweep the streets, took care of that early in the morning.
Dang, we could have just chucked it back through his window. Done some breaking and entering after dark,
I'm thinking how mean I really want to be here.
Be mean.
I don't know if I want to be too mean. I don't want to push him out of business. I like the brats.
We can invite him to make brats at our business.
They taste weird.
It might be an acquired taste, but
maybe there's rat in it.
Never a bad brat. A little bit of rat in the brat and every inn. Come on. Let's be honest here. Not ours, but most.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you have something to tell us?
Unless it's a request, we'll fill requests. Okay, so if I've got the attention of the crowd, as I'm finishing up the brat, I'm gonna say, just in a projecting my voice, I'm gonna say, it's a very good brat. If anyone is interested in anything besides brats and beer, we are going to be opening just across the street a week or two from now, probably. Certified. I don't know how to phrase it. Certified by the Innkeepers Guild. I don't believe that this establishment has yet received its endorsement, which is unfortunate. I guess They need a little bit more than just brats for that.
Okay. With that, several of the patrons actually look towards the front, and they see that guild approval placard is missing, and they put their food down, and walk out. And Brune is just like vibrating with rage. And she's like, "You get out now!"
But I really like the brats. Okay.
Out
Well,
now! Banned for life!
we'll be back for
Wait,
lunch later.
Wait, just him or all of us?
All of you!
Oh,
What did I do?
You're with him! Out!
I don't know him. I don't know him.
All right, I'm licking the last of the juices from my fingers as I just stroll out.
Can I take this to go?
Go!
Take the plate with me.
We'll give him a little bit to cool down. I'm sure he'll be reasonable later. We'll come back sometime.
Let's break in after dark.
So yeah, roughly 2/3 of the people there left when they found out that it was not approved by the guild.
See, I don't want to drive him out of business. Come on,
Good,
guys.
do it.
He wasn't that bad.
Waterdeep is a union town. So it's not that, you're just walking halfway down the block to get home, and you're barely in the door when Squidly is jumping up like, quick, come now, something happened.
Oh, good. Of course.
And Jenks is kind of leaning up against the counter, sweating profusely,
Oh no.
and clutching his hand up where he's been bitten.
Oh shit.
And it's still bleeding, so it hasn't even been that long since he was bitten, but his entire hand is swollen and red.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, that's enough adventuring. Ophelia?
I'm gonna cure these, this is the child, right?
Yeah.
The ones that were cleaning up the rats?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I assume this is a rat bite.
Yeah, give me a medicine check to start with things.
16.
Okay. You've seen infection. This is something a bit more than a standard infection. Did you buy the prayer beads?
I did not know.
Okay. But you have Luster Restoration memorized?
Yes.
Okay. That's the appropriate spell for a disease. But it doesn't cut this one. It's lycanthropy.
Oh.
Okay, don't tell him that. He might be excited.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You know the kids well enough that Squidly would be excited.
Yeah, he doesn't
Jenks
need to
would be
know this
terrifying.
yet. Yeah, okay, well, I guess she knows. I don't know.
This is more than your basic infection. I don't have any spells prepared that can help with this, I don't think.
No, the Greater Restoration spell is level 5, I think. So yeah, that's a bit above your pay grade. Now,
Oh, those beads. They could have worked.
Father Trench is also capable of casting that spell.
Yeah, this might be a trip back to the temple.
But yeah, like Jenks is sweating. It is he's not comfortable right now. You're not. Have you studied or dealt with lycanthropy in your character's past at all?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I didn't have it mentioned in my character sheet.
Blaze, you give me a religion check.
Stay. Sorry, my bag of chips was over in my dice thing.
Mm-hmm.
You said religion, right?
Yeah.
12.
Okay. Saloon
Mm-hmm.
has because Saloon, goddess of the moon, lycanthropy has a strong tie to the moon. She's got uh, lycanthropes are not on her happy friends list. With the exception of weirbears, for some reason. I'm not even sure of that one, but weirbears are in her cool book.
Huh.
We're rats, we're wolves, the other we're bats, always mammals, not so much.
Can I be a werefish?
Always mammals.
That's
whale?
why I said it.
Yeah.
Weird dolphin.
A platypus?
I mean,
Wait.
personally, I would say we're platypus is absolutely legitimate.
Wouldn't tabaxi almost be considered werecats in a way that they just never turn back though?
No.
Weird-
You're
in a
you're
weird
not.
way.
Yeah. No. Shapeshifters in general have problems with Saloon.
Fair enough.
But you could most certainly get this cured at either church.
Well, you are the two that can handle this, but we should probably do it tonight, for the moon rises or whatever thing
We
ticks
should
it off.
take him back to the temple. Father Trek can help him.
It's the full moon that you truly need to worry about, and that is at least 2 weeks away.
Well, Warren probably doesn't know that, so
Right, but Blaze
not
would.
take any
Blaze
risks.
would no
You're
doubt.
fine. He's fine. Well, not fine, but fine.
I don't know if he's fine. It's a little bit too strong. We should probably get it taken care of.
Okay.
Besides the lycanthropy, it could be an underlying infection as well.
I think this is a good point to stop for them, because that trip to either church is going to be a bit more of an event.
I was gonna
and
say
then
makes sense to go to Church of Saloon since I have to go there anyways.
Yeah, if we're going to
time.
be getting the augury scroll.
Yeah, and this also does a bit of an increase on the question of the rat problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
were
okay.
rats.
So we're going to end there tonight. We had a great session last night with Curse of the Azure Bonds game. I'm looking forward to running both those games and seeing where they go. I'm having quite a bit of fun with both of them. Next week, I know we're going to be missing Nick, but that should be the last week we're missing him on a Monday night. He should be returning to his, our normally scheduled Minotaur.
Hopefully.
Because fuck jobs.
Yeah, and I think Rozzy only has 2 more weeks of disappointment on this season of Game of Thrones before she jumps in on the Sunday night game. Until then, I'll be available on Twitter. You can track me down at Evil Sales Ass. Lately, it has been all D&D all the time, and I'm having a lot more fun with it. So that is where you can find me. Blaze, you can also be found places doing things.
Yes.
With LEDs.
Yes. Oh my god. You can find me on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. I don't know why I almost forgot Twitter. At Sweet Ninetails. I've got exciting things going on. I'm going to be working a lot on cosplay stuff. I just got a bunch of stuff in. Waiting on a couple more things to really start making my giant glowy sword. So I'm excited and nervous, as with every build. But yeah, I will hopefully be posting progress. I might do some streams of working on stuff, because why the
Now,
hell not?
I'm not into the cosplay thing, so is it a valid question to ask what project that sword gets attached to? What
I'm
costume you're working on?
doing
Or are
a
you holding that secret?
no, it's not secret.
Okay.
I'm doing a Final Fantasy 14 thing, which is what the sword's from. It's for Kineticon in July. July. So I don't have that much too long to work on it, because last minute life. I
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
started
Yeah.
anything else for it either. So that's a thing. But yeah, I'm gonna pass it to Jen up in the corner.
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, wherever at Summoner XI. I am boring. I share memes and I play Final Fantasy 14. And that's about it. And then Oliver can't be found anywhere.
No, well, I can be found here on the stream on Mondays, and I can be found in the chat for the Sunday ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
you were there
that's
for
one extra place that I can now be found.
You
Typically, he has
have
some kind of snarky comment, so
hey, snarky comments make the world go round.
yeah.
So excellent. The only other thing I have is I'm almost certainly going to be at PAX Unplugged when that rolls around in December, and there's a very good chance I'll be DMing some Adventurers League games there. I gotta talk to someone about that, but it's something I want to add to my plan for that con. So
I might try and make it out this year, since I don't
it's
have any big trips planned at the end of the year this time.
I think PAX Unplugged is the better of the two PAXs I've been to.
Really?
East has all of the console and PC gaming stuff to it. So you get that extra level of noise, you get that extra level of like all of the panels are pointed in that direction. But Unplugged is all tabletop, card, and RPG.
Yeah.
That's the one in Philly, right?
Yes. Yes. It is relatively close to you as well.
She's like,
Me and Nick went last year and had a blast. That's where we met Lauren, who's in the Sunday game.
If Nick goes, I'll probably definitely end up going, because I'll
Yeah.
make him drive.
Yeah, Nick and Barry are both probably going.
Yeah, maybe I'll hop in a car.
Excellent.
I'll
So,
force my brother. He loves this kind of stuff.
Yeah, tickets go on sale the 9th. They don't sell out as quickly as PAX East does, but I wouldn't wait too horribly long. So, on that note, we'll be back next week. Do something very similar to the same thing.
Yes.
Have a good week, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye,
Yep.
everybody.